In this video, we are going to be talking about how you can be a good mentor. Whew. What is going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Afzal Hussain. You can find out a bit more about me through the social media links below, or you can check out my website, which is www.afzalhussain.com. Today's video is going to be for those of you who are in the world of work, who might have a few years of experience under their belts, and who are, taking on a few mentees or individuals who you personally want to help from the position of a mentor. And so what I want to share with you today are a few tips and pieces of advice and hints that can help you be the best mentor that you can possibly be. So let's get straight into it. First and foremost, what makes a great mentor is someone who is willing to share skills. So throughout your life, throughout your career, throughout your academic life experience, you would have developed a number of skills and expertise in different areas, and you would have gained this knowledge throughout your time through whether it's experiencing internships or applying to jobs or constructing a CV or doing a cover letter or building your communication skills, interpersonal skills, teamwork, etc, etc. Now, whether you believe it or not, you will have a lot of skills that you will be good at, and you'll have a lot of expertise and knowledge. Common trait of a great mentor is someone who is willing to take all of those skills and share it or teach it to someone else. So firstly, in order to be a good mentor, you need to have a willingness to share the skills, expertise and knowledge that you have developed over time. So you need to be able to openly and honestly share as much as you can with your mentee. Second thing that makes a good mentor is someone who is a good listener. As I'm sure you're aware, you're going to be having conversations with your mentee. They're likely going to have lots of questions, but also sometimes as a mentee, we have lots of questions that we want to ask our mentor, or we might just have things that we want to get off our shoulders. We might have a complaint, we might have something that's bothering us, etc. So as a mentor, it's important to listen. You don't always need to be giving answers or asking the questions. Sometimes it's just important to sit back and listen, because the mentee wants to just tell you about something, and if they need your opinion or an answer to one of their problems, then they likely ask you for your opinion or what you think is the best next step. But otherwise, it's totally okay to sit back and listen and show them that you're listening and you are understanding where they are coming from. On the flip side, it's very important to ask questions, ask good questions. You want to ask questions that unlock certain aspects of the mentee's life, whether it be personal lives or career focus, whatever it is you're talking about and where your mentor-mentee relationship has taken you. A good mentor is able to ask unlocking questions. So questions that lead you to another area of development or progress for that individual. So keep in mind, you don't want to ask closed questions. You want to ask open questions, and questions that in the end benefit the mentee as much as possible, or get them to think in a different or unique way that changes their normal way of thinking so they can see things differently. So always try to ask unlocking questions. It's very important to understand your position in a mentor-mentee relationship. As a mentor, you are someone that the mentee usually looks up to and respects highly. So throughout your relationship, you don't want to lose that respect. You don't want to put your guard down. You don't want the relationship to become so informal that the mentee begins to lose respect for you. So yes, it's important to kind of be open, honest, transparent, and try and be as informal as possible, but you don't want it to be so informal that the mentee ends up seeing you as one of their age friends or someone that they don't look up to anymore because you're becoming too immature around them, or you've kind of dropped that guard. So always keep in mind, you want to maintain the established level of respect, and let them know that you're there for them, but you are serious about mentoring as well, and so that they do continue to take the relationship and the mentoring very seriously. Another thing that a good mentor does is regularly check in or follow up. So even if you're meeting once every 2 weeks or once every other month or once every quarter, as a mentor, make sure you check in with the mentee. You want them to know that you're not just meeting them when you are allocated a meeting time or when you've both decided to catch up. You want to show them that you're checking up on them here and there, because as a good mentor, you would naturally want to kind of check up on your mentee, see how things are going. If they set a particular goal or task or objective, you want to check in and see how it's going. And just as you would your friends or family, it's always nice to have someone check in on you to make sure everything is okay, or if there's anything bothering you at that moment in time. You don't want to overdo it, but it's always good to check in when you can. The best mentors help their mentees set goals. Now when you hear goal setting, it can be quite scary, even for the mentor themselves. So the best way to do this is to set easy goals that you know are achievable. Once your mentee is able to achieve those easy goals, they'll be more comfortable in moving further and setting harder objectives and goals. And so as a mentor, it's a good way to kind of build your relationship, but also to show your mentee that, look, we're saying we're going to do this by then, and we're going to help you get there. Once you do that, we're going to focus on bigger and more ambitious goals, and that in itself is helping you help the mentee grow and develop in a specific area, which is what mentorship is all about. Another way to kind of display that transparency and build that relationship with your mentor is to share your own goals as a mentor. If I know for a fact, if one of my mentors or if a teacher told me something personal to them, I will feel like they and myself are more invested in each other. So as a mentor, if you share your own personal goals or your career goals with your mentee, they are more likely to take their own goals more seriously, because they kind of have buy-in into your goals now, and vice versa. So be open, be transparent, and share some of your goals. It humanizes you more, and it allows you both to be in the same space where you're both chasing a certain goal, and you can talk to each other about progress, challenges, etc. along the way. Last but not least, constructive feedback. The best mentors are able to call out anything when it's needed. So if your mentee is struggling, or if you think they could do better at something, stop them and tell them, let them know. Don't be a scared mentor. You don't want to be an individual who doesn't give feedback because you're scared of the reaction that you might get. You want to give constructive feedback that the individual or the mentee can action upon immediately. So you want to give your feedback and then plan next steps. How are we going to overcome this? What can we do differently? In hindsight, what would we have done differently? So on and so forth. So always give constructive feedback when you can, because that will help the mentee develop as much as possible. If you like that video, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. It will mean a lot to me. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. For those of you that have subscribed, thank you very much. Do turn on post notifications so you get notified when I release videos. And if you've got any comments or video suggestions or questions, leave them in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video next week. Peace.